Welcome to another edition of the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Good morning, Good Outdoorz Radio Show. Broadcasting. We hit the wrong button already out the gate this morning.
Oh yeah,
it's all right. As I said, it's the Good Outdoorz Radio Show, broadcasting live every day, Monday through Friday, from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. right here on Kicks Country 99.5. Interesting weekend this past weekend. Hot. Got a little rain there in Hayhire. I don't know if it rained anywhere else. Did it rain in there, Lake Park?
Oh, yeah. Even Wild Adventure Saturday got some good rain.
Good deal. We needed it. I'm not throwing stones at the rain, but in between rain spouts, I was able to get out there and do a little yard work. We got to reclaim our backyard and started trimming some hedge, but I'll tell you, that's a monumental effort. I got blisters all over my hands. I can't hardly move. But, hey, that's what you get when you don't have automatic hedge trimmers. You got to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Push mower. Man, I'll tell you, I'm living the good life over there. But got it all done. Looks a lot better. The rain made the yard look good after I cut. I cut the grass, I think, early Sunday. Got the rain on it a little bit, and it just seemed to look really nice after it. We've got a call coming in already this morning. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Good morning. This is Ricky. How y'all?
Doing good, Ricky. I'm flying solo this morning. Just me and the producer, Darrell Sample Jr. How you doing?
Darrell Sample Jr. That's a fine fella right there.
You ain't kidding. We're going to do a win a date with Darrell contest.
That won't be me, buddy.
No, I hope not.
Don't blame you there.
Now, I could probably outfish him now, ain't no doubt.
Well, I know you can do that.
Hey, 10-4.
Come on now.
What you got going this morning?
I'm headed down to Naples. Done got out of y'all's range. Figured I'd call in and see what was going on.
Well, not a whole lot. We're just now getting cranked up about a minute ago, actually. And
That's right. I was watching the clock.
Watching the clock, anticipating, getting ready. Huh? You going down to Naples?
Right.
That's pretty good
Headed
haul.
down to Naples. It sure is. I had to get an early start. Done got it. Like I say, out of range down here.
Right.
But, yeah, we headed down to Alligator Alley.
Alligator Alley. Good deal. What did you do this past weekend in the Good Outdoors?
Well, I went and picked peas and corn, so I done peas and corn this weekend.
Good deal. That's a good outdoor activity. I saw where the Lowndes High Cannon plant opened a week or so ago, so I'm sure it's in full tilt.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Me and the youngins, and the wife, we went out and picked peas and corn, and tried not to eat it all, but we're going to be fasting today. Ain't no doubt.
There ain't nothing like some fresh vegetables, man. I can tell you that right now. Picking corn, I can deal with that. You got to shuck it and silk it. That stinks, but it beats picking peas in my book.
Shoot, I pick peas any day over butter beans. Butter beans.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Butter beans will kill you.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, that's a good weekend though, man. I can taste that fresh corn right now.
Man, I'm telling you what, we sure tore it up this weekend, but I told the bride, I said, next weekend we're going to go get some, and we ain't eat none of it.
So it'll leave a mark if you eat too much of it, won't it?
I'm telling you what, if you ain't got no stretch marks, you ain't eating no corn.
It's hard to stop eating them fresh vegetables. Boy, when Dad used to grow his garden, man, I'll tell you, it was there was always a good Sunday dinner to be had over there. Still is, but back then it was just something special.
That's right. Yeah, Granny used to do the same thing. The only deal now is since Mama passed away there in February, ain't nobody can make no biscuits like Mama. No,
it's a dying art, isn't it? I think cooking in general is slowly becoming a dying art.
That's right. Not everybody can cook.
That's right. The hustle and bustle of life, everybody's in such a hurry and sometimes working 2 jobs. You don't have time to cook and can and put up vegetables and make jellies like you used to, and life's just getting in the way.
It sure is now, ain't no doubt.
Well, Ricky, you be careful going down Alligator Alley. Don't get chomped on down there.
Oh, no, I'm quicker than they are, I guarantee it.
Good deal. Appreciate you calling, buddy. Be careful.
What'd you do with the boys today?
Well, Darrell's gone to Ronnie's still on hiatus. He's taking some time off there, and Darrell, of course, he's up in Myrtle Beach on vacation this week, so they left it with me, and I'm gonna be flying solo today with an assist from Darrell here, and then probably have a couple of guests during the rest of the week.
But I'm going to tell you, that Darrell Nichols, that's a fine fella. Now, I met him.
Yeah.
He's a fine fella now, ain't no doubt.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to him, too.
Yeah, I met him at one time, and he's just like me. He's got young'uns and got that Dodge that drinks that gas. I got one just like his, except it ain't 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, well, I'll tell
Same
you what.
model, same everything, but man, it sure loves that gas. I get about what he does.
Well, I've never had the privilege to meet you, Ricky, but Darrell talked highly of you too, and I know that between the two of y'all, Darrell's got to be the ugliest, because I hope you ain't that ugly.
Well, he's pretty bad off now when it comes to that. Now
we'll have to talk about it why he ain't here. We'll prop him up when he's here, but we're gonna tell the truth why he's gone.
that's right. Yeah, he's a little bit on the ugly side now, but he's like me now. He's got some pretty young'uns. I got some pretty young'uns too.
Oh yeah, that's the one good thing that come out. He made some pretty girls. There ain't no doubt
That's
about
right.
that.
And he drives a good truck. Now ain't no doubt. Now when I seen his truck, I said, "Yeah, me and him gonna be buddies."
Yeah, that's a gas guzzler though. I ride with him sometimes, and he always hits me up for $5 in gas. Now I know why.
Yeah, I got one just like his, except it ain't 4-wheel drive, and I get the same gas mileage he does.
Yeah, but doggone.
Same engine, same transmission.
Yeah, he talks highly of his truck, and he keeps saying he's gonna get another one, a new one, and he wants to go back to another Dodge, and I'm thinking he's crazy for that.
Well, he ain't gonna get what he's got because they quit making them this year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, Ricky, appreciate you calling. You be careful, okay?
All right, y'all have a good show. I tell you I was gonna listen to you, but I'm already out of range. But Wanda Gale, she'll be out there listening for me.
All right, 10-4, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir, buddy.
229-253-0995 is the number to call if you want to call in and talk about anything in the good outdoors, anything and everything. We cover it all. We don't care what it is. It's your show. We just here to make sure everybody keeps children involved. And we were talking about vegetables and eating out of the garden. And Darrell, it is. I think cooking is getting. I ain't gonna say it's a dying art, but it's. People don't cook like they used to.
No,
not in my household, and it's not because my wife won't cook or I don't cook. It's because of our schedules.
Convenience.
She works the night shift, and of course I work during the day, and we got the kids, and sometimes it's just easier to heat something up, but to actually sit down and cook a full blown meal. We don't do it like we used to.
No.
And back when I was a kid, when me and Darrell were growing up, we put up a lot of vegetables. Mom would spend countless hours shelling peas, preparing corn, and just everything that you would grow in the garden, butter beans and squash and tomatoes, and they'd jar them and can them and put them up, and we'd eat them throughout the year.
Oh,
and,
yes. I remember the basement full of my grandparents' house.
That's
Going
right.
down in the basement, nothing but jars of you name it.
And it was good for you. You knew where it came from. You knew what Dad fertilized it with. You didn't have to worry about some crazy pesticides or genetically altered seed and things like that are so controversial nowadays. But it was definitely better for you. And I know one thing, it sure tasted good.
Oh, yeah, you can tell the difference.
You can tell the difference. There ain't nothing like some fresh vegetables. And I wish that I could somehow get into a situation where I could have a nice garden like Dad used to have. I did hear about probably 3 years ago, I guess, we grew a good garden. And them little potatoes that we would grow, it was just such a pleasurable thing to get out there and you grow them and you watch them develop, and then it was time to dig them. We'd go pull them up hill by hill, and the kids, they would be out there, and it was just always a game. You take that shovel, turn it over, and see how many you can get, and who got the biggest one. And boy, it was just a lot of fun.
That's how it was with going to the grandparents' house with all the cousins get together, and it was a big old competition of anything we were picking.
Yep.
Who could pick the most or who picked the biggest and things like that, and just had a blast. That's
right. And of course, growing things was one of my dad's passions. And I put a post on Facebook here a while back on my personal page. He loved grapes, loved growing grapes, and he's got some big old white grapes out there, some purple grapes, but he had this certain type of a pod grape, that you would see in wine country, and he had a couple of hills of those or vines of those, and they there's this one that he liked. Man, it's just absolutely full of grapes this year, and I took a picture of it, and I made a post, and I got to thinking of the fruit legacy that my dad left. And I'll try to name everything he's got. Mom's got 1 acre now. Imagine this. But in that 1 acre, during the season, you can pick pears, you can pick figs, you can pick grapes, 3 different varieties of grapes, okay? Pomegranate, oranges, peaches, mayhaws. You know what a mayhaw is?
No, I never heard that one.
We'll get to that in a minute. I guarantee you, Ricky can't hear us now, but he knows what a mayhaw is. What else? Oh, blackberries.
Yes.
Did I say peaches?
No. That's peaches.
Peaches, and I think that's it. But there was just a plethora of fruit in that yard that you can pick. Plums. I didn't say plums.
Oh.
Plums are there. That's probably getting it narrowed down there. He has a lot of fruit out there, but a mayhaw is it's a little red berry, for lack of a better word. Grows probably about big around as a dime, maybe a little bigger. And you find them in the along the river a lot of times, but you can make mayhaw jelly. It's a real sweet jelly, and it's I can't describe the taste, but if anybody's out there listening can help me describe what a mayhaw is to Darrell here.
Yeah, because that's the first time I've ever even heard that word.
It's a Southern tradition. 229-253-0995 is the number to call. It's
I guess I didn't hear. I grew up mainly in Florida, so I guess that's not really part of the South, huh?
No, that's Florida's really not part of the South. That's it's really a Yankee state if you think about it.
It's interesting.
That's where all the Yankees come down to live and retire. So it's really not a Southern state.
So I guess they lose some of their Southern cooking.
I'd say North Florida. There's got to be a line there somewhere, maybe just past the Swanee River or somewhere, or maybe past Lake City down there that you turn into. It's actually known as Michigan. We call Florida Michigan.
Okay.
Seems like all the people from upstate Michigan and downstate Michigan, they all retire to Florida. 229-253-0995 is the number to call. Talking about mayhaw jelly and canning and fruits and vegetables and everything in the outdoors as far as gardening. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You listen to the Good Outdoors on 99.5. Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Darrell's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree, and they don't even see me.
Man, that Real Tree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden, the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Darrell, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that? Hey, stop it.
Real Tree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't, and when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What in the world is that noise?
Sounds like the transmission's about to come out of my truck.
Transmission? Sounds like Alien versus Predator under there. Let's get it to Ronnie at Eagle Auto Repair.
Ronnie, I got a problem.
Problem? It sounded like Superman fighting the Incredible Hulk.
No, it was worse than that.
Come on, man, this is for real. I ain't got the money to be fixing no big problem.
Chill out, dude. You're at Eagle Auto Repair. You know we'll fix it right and as inexpensive as we can. We only use quality parts, and my guys are some of the best trained technicians in town.
Yeah, but can they stop a fight between Godzilla and King Kong? Because I'm betting that's what they're going to find under there.
Eagle Auto Repair.
321 Lakes Boulevard, Lake Park, Georgia.
Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. The call-in number is 229-253-0995. If you got any questions or comments. There was an event going on last night that absolutely captivated the nation. I didn't watch it and don't regret not watching it, to be honest with you. But
yeah,
man,
it was. I've seen people posting on Facebook about it. Yeah, I don't know.
It's got my curiosity up. Man, my Facebook page was blown up about this idiot walking the tightrope without a harness, without a net, over the Grand Canyon. Nick Wallenda, one of the, I guess, the flying Wallendas, or at least he's from that lineage there, the circus type people there. But he completed a tightrope walk that took him a quarter of a mile over the Little Colorado River Gorge in northeastern Arizona. He performed a stunt on a 2-inch thick steel cable 1,500 feet above the river on the Navajo Nation near the Grand Canyon. He took just more than 22 minutes, pausing and crouching twice as winds whipped around him and the rope swayed. So,
whipped around.
Yeah, they had somebody on there. One of my Facebook friends said they had Jim Cantori out there live doing the weather, which is hilarious. But the winds, I mean, I can see. I wish I would have watched it. Now I'll have to retry it. But the winds were blowing 30 miles per hour, and he said they were unpredictable. Was the problem? Maybe whipping and coming in from different angles. It was way more windy, and it took every bit of his focus. It was more windy than he thought it was. So he thought he had bit off more than he could chew. But he's a 7th generation high wire artist and is part of the famous Flying Wallendas circus family, a clan that is no stranger to death-defying feats. His grandfather, Carl, fell during a performance in Puerto Rico and died at the age of 73. So he was still
73 doing
73, yeah.
Talking about getting into the outdoors. You're getting one with the outdoors on that one.
Yes, sir. Several other family members, including a cousin and an uncle, have perished while performing wire walking stunts. All the more reason not to do it. He grew up performing with his family and dreamed of crossing the Grand Canyon ever since he was a teenager. The Sunday stunt comes a year after he traversed Niagara Falls, earning a 7th Guinness Book of World Records record. About 600 people were on hand watching on a large video screen on site, but thousands and thousands and thousands was watching on live television as he watched it on the Discovery Channel.
And then how many more people is going to click on that video to watch it again?
I probably won't watch the whole thing, but I mean, there's just a lot of comments about people on the edge of their seat. They must have really put some drama in it. I know that they probably had some cool music playing. There's no telling.
All that, and it's probably some of the cameras they had to make it really look like it was worse.
Oh, it's a production. Now, don't get it wrong. I mean, he did it. Look, I can see it right there. He's walking right across there. So,
I don't know. Looking at this one picture, that rope's a little wider than I give it credit for. I don't know.
2 inches. I mean, that's
I don't
pretty
know.
good.
On this picture, it looks like about the size of his foot, the width of his foot, which would be about big enough for me.
So, what you're saying is you could have done this no problem.
No.
But
seeing how big the rope is would give me, you know what? I could do this.
Well, instead of win a date for Darrell contest, let's do a high rope walk across. I know what we do. We'll stretch a wire from the old courthouse building across Patterson Street to one of them other buildings. We'll just let you walk across there.
No, there's got to be some kind of water underneath. So if I do fall, I want to land.
How about the alligator pit at Wild Adventures?
I can do that and land on one of the gators and take him for a ride.
No, we'll do it across the nice lake there at Wild Adventures. That way, if you do fall, when you do fall, because you will fall, that pole probably helps a lot.
Just keeping that balance for that wind.
And it's heavy. You see that harness around his neck, hold it up. We'll go over a couple of, we don't want to elaborate too much on it because we are not politicians or newscasters here, but we'll touch on a couple of the headlines. I'm sure our sister station, 105.9, there, Chris Beckham will be going over all this morning. He comes on at 6 o'clock. So there's a lot of confusion in the House and Senate over whether or not the immigration bill will pass. You got senators predicting that it's going to pass overwhelmingly when it gets to the House, and you got people like Rand Paul predicting it's dead on arrival. So going to be interesting to see what happens there. I think everybody agrees we need immigration reform. They're just arguing over how to go about it. So, like they always
do. That, too, and just comes down to the other things about the gun control. Enforce what we have in the books.
Yep, you're right. Well, that one law I think it was passed during the Reagan administration, and part of it was to construct a fence to shield to protect the border, and it never was. So
more and more coming every day.
Enforce the rules on the books. So you're right there. The George Zimmerman trial is I think it got started. I think the jurors are been sequestered.
I saw somewhere it was all female juror.
It's an all female jury, 6 of them, and then of course there's been some news about that, but it gets underway I think today, and that
just seems like it's going to be a big circus.
Yeah, and another little tidbit of interesting news here. First, two things actually. The new bird flu strain, I think that's over there in China, is killing about a third of all the patients that become affected with it. They can't get a grip on that, so hopefully they'll work on that. Also, a wife has lost her husband tragically, and to make matters worse, she don't have the money to give him a proper burial in California. So the San Bernardino man passed away, and his wife had to resort to what she could afford, and what she could afford to do was just bury him in her backyard. So she buried him in her backyard. He was 63 years old. He died of natural causes, and she then buried him in a makeshift grave, a hole about 5 feet deep she dug behind their Apple Valley home.
I understand that'd be cool. I just now hope the authorities and stuff don't step in and say what she did was wrong.
Well, I don't know the law on this, but I don't think it's against the law. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe somebody can correct us at 229-253-0995. But
it maybe comes to the neighborhood. But
Thomas Wynn's body was discovered stuffed in 2 garbage bags, according to NBC4 in Southern California. When they pulled the body out, the smell was rancid. I imagine so.
Okay, they pull the body out. That means there's going to be some problems.
The good news is neighbors are now raising money to give Thomas Wynn a proper funeral service, and one local woman has reportedly even donated a tuxedo in which he will be properly buried. So
that's good.
Hopefully they'll help the lady out. So that's a tragic situation. It's not funny at all. But this is another interesting story we have stumbled across this morning, and it's something you don't see every day, but evidently it happened in where was it at? Indiana.
Oh, that interesting one.
Just past the border there of Indiana and Kentucky, in a place called Charlestown, and I'm struggling to find where I pulled it up. Maybe I blinked it off of here anyway. But anyway, in Charlestown, Indiana, a man was out there in his yard, and he noticed something that wasn't quite right. It was a leopard. That's right, people, a leopard. Indiana conservation officers say a southeastern Indiana landowner who spotted a leopard on his property shot and killed it. Conservation officer Jim Hash tells the Courier-Journal of Louisville, Kentucky, that the landowner shot the leopard Thursday night north of Charlestown, which is 15 miles northeast of Louisville. Hash says the leopard was healthy, so conservation officers believe it was someone's pet. Leopards are not native to North America, and Hash says a permit is needed to keep the leopard in Indiana. So
that's interesting.
It is interesting. We don't know how he got there, but it's not native to America, so he's within his perfect legal right of shooting it and getting rid of it. But that's a scary thing there.
And when I first saw that story, I was thinking it was going to be turned around saying, okay, since some kind of endangered species, since he did kill it, now he's going to be in trouble.
Yep, that's right. That's
all they were doing was trying to protect their animals around their house.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's about, there's a lot of stuff going on with this guy that worked for the NSA and has flew the coop. I think he went over to China. The U.S. is mad because China wouldn't send him back. Now he's seeking asylum in Ecuador. And, of course, the Ecuadorian government is just kind of tap dancing and saying, well, there's not been a request. And they say one thing that mean another. But I believe that he's about to be into a country that will never get him back. And
it's just like with they say the same place the WikiLeaks guy is
that's right.
with.
Yeah, he supported him, and he's brought to light some things that upset us. But he needs to be tried and convicted as a terrorist, or not a terrorist, but a traitor, because he's given away secrets that he shouldn't be giving away that are military secrets.
I guess I'd have to see what all secrets he has, but from what I see,
he's telling specifics on how we obtain information from other governments. That's the problem. It's
that could probably drawn, but some of the stuff that he came out with.
Bar none, in my opinion, he needs to be brought back and put to death. He's a traitor. Period. It doesn't matter. The good, if he would have went over and just said something about what our government's doing to us, that's one thing. But when you start talking about how we are protecting ourselves and how we gather information abroad, he's giving away secrets that he ain't got no business giving away. And I mean, he's saying it. It's not rumor. He's the one reported. He's the one making these releases through WikiLeaks, and he just needs a bullet in his head. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says. He's a traitor. Period. So anyway, that's my political rant this morning. So anyway, Twinkies are coming back.
Yeah, I was saying, didn't they say that a while ago? When are they going to be on the shelf? That's what I want to know.
July 15th. Is that?
I'll be ready to buy.
Is that good enough?
That's good.
Twinkies to return to shelves July 15th. Hostess is betting on a sweet comeback for the Twinkies. Based on the outpouring of nostalgia sparked by its demise, Hostess is expecting a blockbuster return next month for Twinkies and other sugary treats such as cupcakes and donuts. The company says the cakes will taste the same, but the boxes will now bear the tagline, "The sweetest comeback in the history of ever." That's pretty catchy right there now. The sweetest comeback in the history of ever.
You can't go wrong. That's Twinkies is nothing but sweet.
That's right. Hostess Brands were struggling for years before it filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy reorganization in 2012. Workers blamed the troubles on years of mismanagement, and a casualty of the reorganization was to get rid of the Twinkie line. So thank God they got that straight, and it's going to be the sweetest comeback in the history of ever. That's funny right there.
Some things just don't need to be messed with.
That's right. Twinkies are one
of them.
That's what
they want to go mess with and see what happened to them.
There you go. We're going to go ahead and take a break. You listen to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment, and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
Hey, this is Judd with T3 Outdoors. T3 Outdoors is Valdosta's newest Blue Buffalo dog feed dealer. We also carry 50-pound, 13% sweet feed for $8.99. But hey, feed isn't all we do at T3 Outdoors. We have one of the best selections of guns in town at some of the best prices. We buy, sell, trade, and consign guns daily. Last but not least, archery season will be here before you know it. We are Valdosta's exclusive Hoyt and Bowtech dealer with 2013 packages starting under $650. Please visit us at t3outdoors.com to learn more today.
Hello, everyone. Dim the lights. Let's do this. Let's get to it. Let's go.
Introducing the winner of Austin's Idol and receiving a $1,000 Austin's gift card, Mr. Steve Seller.
If you want a steak, a salad or fish plate, maybe drink a beer with a friend. Come in as you are. It ain't just a bar at the SCC. The good times never end. A basket full of peanuts, and the best part is it's an addiction you never have to quit. If you need a break, come along with me to to Austin's Cattle Company. Oh yeah, to Austin's Cattle Company.
Austin's would like to thank everyone that participated in the contest. And helping Austin's to remain in addiction, you never have to quit. Congratulations to our winner, and thank you from Austin's Cattle Company.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. We broadcast live and in living color every Monday through Friday from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Usually we got me and my brother Darrell, and then Darrell Sample Jr., our board operator here. But Darrell, he's on vacation in Myrtle Beach, taking a little break. Won't be back until next week, so I'll be flying solo. We may have a few in-studio guests along the way if I can get them to come on in, and I think I can. And we'll see what the week brings. But one thing's for sure, it'll be a good week in the Good Outdoors. And I guess it was a good weekend in sports. We always give a sports report, so we'll go over some of the sporting news. Sports are a great part of the Good Outdoors. You know, you get outside and you play golf and you jog and you play football. Little League baseball's going on, in a lot of places. Football camps going on right now, gearing up for the fall. Everybody's got the buzz. The NBA playoffs just got over with the Heat winning their second national championship in a row. But this weekend, there was a golf tournament, and the Travelers Championship was won in dramatic fashion. Actually, Chris Stroud chipped in from 51 feet on the 18th hole to force a playoff. I didn't watch it, but I'm telling you, I bet that place went nuts when he was able to make a miraculous shot like that. Forced it into a playoff with Ken Duke, but unfortunately for Mr. Stroud, Mr. Duke was able to make a 2.5-foot birdie putt on the second playoff hole to win the Travelers Championship. So the Masters winner from last year, I believe it was, 2010 actually, Bubba Watson. He was in the run until he went a little haywire on the 16th hole.
Yeah, apparently he lost it pretty good there too, huh?
He did. He hit it in the water and it just went down there for them. Downhill from there, I should say. Martin Truex Jr. got off the snide. He had a 218 race winless streak snapped when he won the road course at Sonoma. It was only the second win of Truex's career, but it put Michael Waltrip Racing in victory lane for the second time, or for the second year in a row after Clint Boyer won at Sonoma last year. And I think he had another car coming to top five, Waltrip did, on this race. So he had a good weekend. Jeff Gordon came in second. Juan Pablo Montoya was evidently in second place, but he ran out of gas. Don't know how to read his gas gauge, I guess. Kurt Busch said
he had another reason why he's not a good driver.
That's right. Kurt Busch said that he had a really fast car. It was so fast, it was even fast in the pits. He got penalized twice for speeding in the pits, and still came in, fourth or fifth?
Mm-hmm.
So he did good. Carl Edwards came in fourth, I see. So good weekend of racing on the road course, and I was glad to see Truex win it there because he said that when he won his first race so many races ago, he said everything happened so fast that he couldn't remember it. So he made sure he took his time and did some extra donuts and blew out both his back tires, rode around the course waving at everybody, and he savored the victory because he knows how hard it is to get there.
That's what I'd be known for. If I was in NASCAR, if I won, I'm going to do a burnout until there ain't no tires left.
You know, some drivers can't do that burnout real good. Jeff Gordon's one of them. He's always said, man, I just can't he just can't get it down. He can't do the burnout real good. And there's one driver, I can't remember who it is, he can't do it at all. So he always noses the car up against the fence and just does it like that. So it's.
But they've gotten to the point NASCAR don't like them doing that. So some places they don't even allow them to do it.
Yeah. Well, they do them wide, they run them cars wide open like that. You know, it seems like it would blow more of them up than it does. But anyway, they got their own little way of celebrating. Of course, Carl Edwards, he does that jump, does a
little backflip, and then he runs up into the stands for everyone.
Well,
that's what he's known for.
I like the running up into the stands deal, but I don't know about the backflip. But it seems like his the car owner and all. What if he jumps in and breaks a leg or something? You know, that ain't gonna be good. Won't be able to race.
Well, he'd be like Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin has had so many surgeries and stuff, and he just comes out to become a better driver.
Maybe so.
After being injured, so.
Yeah, that's kind of like Tommy John surgery in baseball. A lot of them pitchers, they actually turn out to be better pitchers after the surgery than they were before. So it's a kind of a phenomenon. The L.A. Clippers have completed a trade to send Doc Rivers, the Boston Celtics head coach, to L.A., so that's big news. Wimbledon, if you're a tennis fan, tennis is a great outdoor activity. What a fine way to stay in shape. I don't know how they do it in this heat right now, but I got a good buddy of mine, Brian Vincent. His whole family loves to play tennis, and they get out there. Got a friend, Patty McCrary, up in Atlanta. She's big into tennis, and it's a great outdoor activity. Of course, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game's going to be coming up pretty soon, and the Stanley Cup Finals are going on right now. Game 6, I think, is tonight. Chicago Blackhawks and the Boston Bruins are duking it out. I believe I can't remember who's up in that series. I believe it's the Blackhawks up, but I can't remember. But
you're talking about something I don't even come close to even following.
Well, I don't either. I'm a sports fan, but I'm not really into hockey. So if you are, maybe y'all can give us a call. I'd like to hear from a hockey fan because I know one. His name's Chris Hart up in Adel, Georgia. He is a hockey fan. So
I've played hockey, but I've never followed the sport.
Yeah, I've never played it. It just doesn't get cold enough down here to form ice.
Well, I had a time when I was living in Germany. It was plenty of cold days to do that.
It's a tough sport, no doubt about it. Tom Glavine, the Braves pitcher, he was a hockey player. Had a choice to go pro in hockey, but he chose baseball, and I think he made the right choice there. But speaking of the Braves, they won last night over the I can't remember who they played now. And I watched some of the game. Dang it. Oh, Milwaukee Brewers. They won 7-4. So Scott stopped a 3-game skid, and then good news is the Phillies and the Nationals lost, so we got back up 6 games out in front. Looking good. If we can maintain that lead going to All-Star break, it's about all you can ask for. So looks like all of baseball, the usual suspects are up there fighting for the lead.
Yeah, we want the Braves to win. They got to go all the way.
They got to go all the way. Tired of getting the old heart broke there. So, I was thinking about that leopard. I don't know what I'd do if I went out in my backyard and saw a leopard back there. I believe I would. I don't know that I would shoot it.
I'm not sure what I would do.
If I had a video camera handy, which I probably would, I'd try to video it if I could. But I just don't. I don't see shooting it. I would. Don't get me wrong. If I felt threatened or felt like my family or my livestock or something was threatened, I would shoot it, no doubt.
And I think that's what these guys did. They said they were up there because it's been around for a while. They said they were sitting up on the roof taking shifts, looking for something. They thought it was a bobcat, getting the animals. So I guess that's where it was. He didn't want it because it was disturbing things. So.
So I didn't read all that. All I read was that he shot it. So you read
somewhere
I
read some more. Yeah, they were talking about how they were, they've had problems with something coming up with, messing with the neighborhood animals, and they were out there watching for it. They thought it was bobcats. That's what they were told.
Wow. Well, that's definitely bigger than a bobcat. But yeah, that puts a different light on it. If it was terrorizing the neighborhood, then you got to shoot it. But I don't know about all that. That's I'm just glad that I don't walk out and see anything like that in my neighborhood. Never have. So I tell you what I did see over the weekend, though. I was checking my email. Every morning I get up and make a cup of coffee, and I check the news, the email on the computer, and there was a video on there that said, it caught my eye. It said it gave you a warning before you looked at it because it said it's going to be disturbing and it's going to be kind of scary. Mm-hmm. So naturally I said, well, I got to see what this is about. So I clicked on it, and the guy said, you won't believe what you see behind this door. And all of a sudden it shows a video of the door, and then the door slowly opens, and it's a 16-foot Burmese python that a lady has as a pet, and she has taught it to be able to open and close doors in the house.
No.
Yeah. And the guy had the same reaction that you just did. The announcer guy, he goes, "That's right, you're watching a snake open a door." And he didn't say it like that. He had a couple of curse words in there. It was actually pretty funny.
I was saying, that thing can get out of the house anytime?
Well, it was one of those doors that just had the handle, you know what I mean, that you could just pull down the handle. It wasn't a knob. So
something I've done taught many animals to do.
That's right. It was an interior door there. So, man, if he could just teach the snake to go to the refrigerator and bring them a beer, now they'd have something.
That's what I'm still working on. Is my dogs to go to my fridge and bring me something back without them eating it.
You need like the golden retriever from the Coors commercials years ago, Alex.
Yeah.
Or Stroh's. It was Stroh's.
That's right.
Alex would go in there to the refrigerator, open it, bring you back a beverage.
And that was the trick. He even opened it.
Yeah, now that's real talent there when you could actually open it. Anyway, the another thing we're going to talk about this morning is from the Outdoor Wire. They've created a U.S. recreational boating industry list of top 10 boating sites ranked by economic value, and that's states, I should say, not sites. So it'll be interesting to see what states rank where in that list. I got some good guesses. You know that California and Florida's got to be on the list, wouldn't you think?
You would think.
I would think.
But sometimes what we think.
Let's guess. I ain't looked at the list neither. Would you think that California? We both agree California and Florida's got to be the top. So
you're saying the best state for
top
for
10
boating.
states for boating, and it's based on total economic value.
No, I'm going to say over there in Arizona somewhere, I think would be the best place.
So you don't think it's coastal?
No. I want to think it's want to be on one of those ones that's got a nice, beautiful lake out in the middle somewhere.
Be interesting to see. I'm thinking it's going to boil down to Florida and California. So we're going to have to see. And if and out of Florida and California, I'm going to pick Florida because I believe Florida's got more coastline than.
And I think
California.
it's a little bit nicer than California.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting.
And then also with Florida, you got the Atlantic and the Gulf. So you got a little bit of both.
Yeah. So you're going with Arizona, and I'm going with Florida.
I'm going to say the Arizona area out there.
We'll click on that. Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation is conserving vital elk habitat in Nevada. This is the reason I say this. This is another example of what sportsmen do to conserve habitat, and they want to make sure that in Nevada that they permanently protect 1,480 acres of key elk habitat in eastern Nevada, and kudos for them for raising money and awareness. And it holds a growing population of some 300 elk, 100 antelope, and 75 mule deer. Other wildlife, sage grouse, and bird species. It's also highly valued by sportsmen. So good job, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. We're going to take a quick break. You listen to the Good Outdoors on 99.5.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro, buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro, buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro, buy a chopper.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger or hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors here on 99.5 Kicks Country. I'm Steve Nichols. My co-host, my brother, Darrell Nichols, has decided to take a week-long vacation and leave us stranded here, so I'm relying on Darrell Sample Jr.
We're going to have to do something for him taking a vacation
operator.
like this.
He needs to be penalized. It's not a paid vacation. I hope he's not thinking it is. So, anyway, we were talking about the top 10 boating states in the United States, of course, based on economic value, what the boating industry brings to that area. And we were talking. Neither one of us peaked. We were talking about the what state would be number one. I personally had narrowed it down to Florida and California, thinking, saltwater, and then Darrell Sample Jr. brought up the state of Arizona, which, is another possibility there because you got some nice big lakes out there and
the climate year round is pretty nice.
That's exactly right. And then, of course, I thought about Lake Tahoe. I don't know what kind of boating activity goes there, but there's the Great Lakes. I started thinking about that, man. There's that's huge. So we may be shocked here, but I'm going to click on the article here, and it's by the U.S. recreational boating industry, and they announced the top boating states. Leading into 4th of July weekend, the most popular boating holiday of the year, the National Marine Manufacturers Association released data showing recreational boating provides vast economic value for the nation, more than $121.5 billion. As the popularity of boating reaches peak season across the country, Discover Boating named on-water hotspots in the top 10 boating states, ranked by total economic value. So they're going to tell you what state, and they're going to give you a couple of hotspots, it sounds like. Boating is a popular pastime for more than 88 million people, and it's integral to many states' economies, says one of the vice presidents of Discover Boating. Here are the top boating states ranked by total economic value in 2012, including popular destinations for on-water getaways from Discover Boating. All right, number one. I was right. Florida, $10.3 billion. And the hot spot, Palm Beach. The Palm Beach area offers boaters endless opportunities to explore South Florida, from cruising the Intracoastal Waterway and breezing across the Florida Everglades to heading through an inlet for water sports on the Atlantic. Visitors can rent a vessel or charter a boat easily through the numerous local marinas. Number two, California, $8.9 billion. Carlsbad, California is the hot spot, just 30 minutes north of San Diego, where the expansive beaches and warm climate provide the perfect setting for a boating getaway. Much like a small lake, boating in Carlsbad offers calm waters perfect for water skiing in the beautiful lagoon. Number three, as we hit on late, the state of Michigan. Hot spot, Harbor Springs, Michigan, in a sheltered area on the northern shore of Little Traverse Bay on Lake Michigan, the resort community of Harbor Springs. Boaters flock here in the summer for the clear water and picturesque views, specifically around the 4th of July to catch the bay's famous fireworks. Be a lot of fireworks
that
watched
right
from boat.
There's nothing like watching the fireworks from the ocean or the beachfront.
That's right. Here's one that we didn't think about and should have because it's such a big state. It's a coastal state. Texas, $5.9 billion at number 4. Hot spot is Austin Lake, Austin, Texas.
That's in the middle up there, a little bit.
Yeah, that's not even on the ocean. So anyway, part of the 7 Highland Lakes that stretch 85 miles northwest of the city. It's regarded as a top outdoor destination. The reservoir is formed by a dam on the Colorado River. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. So it offers a variety of things: water skiers, recreational boaters, anglers, with its variety of fish, including the ever popular largemouth bass. Now here's one I would have not guessed would have been in the top 10. Actually, there's it may be New York. I would have never thought. Number 5, 5.7 billion hotspot Lake George. Now you got to remember this is based on money, so there's a lot of big money.
Yeah, there's a lot of Yeah,
that's right. There's a lot of money in New York. So 5.7 billion hotspot Lake George, just a 3-hour drive north of from Manhattan. It's an easy trip with scenic views of the Adirondack Mountains. I bet that is pretty. Thomas Jefferson described Lake George in 1791 as the most beautiful water he had ever seen. It's a boater's paradise and convenient for dock and dine options, with many lakeside restaurants offering boat slips for their patrons.
There's where the money is.
That's where the money is. Now, since we talked about the Great Lakes, now that we've talked about that, it makes sense that there'd be a few of them on here. Minnesota, 5.4 billion at number 6. Ottertail County in the land of 10,000 lakes. Ottertail County contains 1,048 lakes, the most within a single county in the U.S. That's a county.
One county? Whoa.
One county, 1,000.
Is there any land in the county?
Must not be. There's more water than land, it sounds like. But the area provides optimal conditions for fishing, swimming, sailing, water skiing, and simply relaxing on the water. Number 7 at 4.7 billion, Wisconsin. Where Green Bay meets Lake Michigan lies Wisconsin's 75-mile Door County Peninsula. With 250 miles of shoreline, there you go, right there. 40 nearshore islands, 10 historic lighthouses, and 5 state parks. I mean, that thing is set up for boating right there.
That's just set up for being out there.
That's right. Fish Creek offers boaters an array of sightseeing opportunities, and local marinas have easy rental options and scenic charters, rafts, and boat tours. Number 8, and I can see this one now that I think about it. It didn't pop right out of my mind, though, but North Carolina. 4.1 billion, hotspot Morehead City. The coast of North Carolina draws boaters from around the world for its treasure trove of diving and big game fishing. Morehead City and the Outer Banks. The Outer Banks is a huge draw for fishermen and duck hunters. But Outer Banks gives visitors access to beautifully clean, clear ocean water. The area's warm Gulf Stream waters gives anglers access to a plethora of seasonal fish. Number 9, Illinois. 3.9 billion. That's another Great Lake city there. But Chicago's 14-mile lakeshore, more than 5,000 boats dock across the city's 10 harbors, which make up the nation's largest municipal harbor system. Chicago boaters flock to the Playpen, a well-known boating locale offering city views and calm waters to drop anchor. So there you go again. That's where all the money's at. So Arizona. You got one more spot left. Do you think it made the top 10?
No. Actually, because the way you talked about how it was cut off by the economic thing, I was thinking of, it was cheaper for the boater to go out there. But you're talking about the money that's spent there.
That's right.
That threw me in a whole different category. But I think Arizona will still be there.
Number 10, South Carolina. 3.7 billion. Hotspot Hilton Head. A sunset view from the water in Hilton Head is not to be missed. The area attracts more than 2.5 million visitors each year to its Gulf Stream warm waters and mild weather. Water sports, fishing, cruising, and sailing are all popular pastimes in this coastal community. So there you go with the top 10. We got a lot of boating activity right here at Twin Lakes, right here in Lake Park.
But that's also like you come down to, you get these smaller ponds and stuff. You got smaller boats. They're not as expensive. You get up to, like you see Florida and California. You're getting talking about some saltwater big boats. There's lots of money in those things.
That's right. We were, last week we had Mike Farmer and Mr. Dykes in here talking about scalloping. A very interesting thing there. But I remember them saying that the area they went to, it was a population of about 1,200. But when scallop season opens, there'll be 3,000 boats, in that little bay there, scalloping. And you think about that's a small portion, of compared to this list. There's that many boats down there making that kind of an impact on that small little fishing community. You start thinking about Palm Beach, West Palm Beach. Have you been to West Palm Beach?
No, I've been through that area, but I've never really stopped.
Well, I've been there, and I've spent some time there. And it is money. It's money. I mean, everywhere you look, there's money. I mean, the houses, that's where a lot of famous people have houses. A lot of golfers have houses down there. And then you go down to the big marina down there, and man, I don't think there's a boat parked in that marina that's probably worth less than $500,000. I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
and
and
there's some millions.
The gas price for those things.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know, the fuel price down at a marina or at a dock at a marina is always about $1 a gallon higher, you know, for diesel and gas. So
And you just can't go anywhere to go get it. Can't go around the corner into another gas pump.
They got a captive audience right there. But, I mean, it's just a lot of money and a lot of, a lot of money spent there. And that's what this list is compiled, based on. So it'd be interesting to see a list like you were talking about there, the one that's made just by opportunity, boating opportunities, what states, and I would like to narrow it down to freshwater states. Because there's an opportunity to put your boat in the ocean virtually anywhere along the coast. So take that out and look, I bet Georgia, we got Lake Lanier, Lake Allatoona, we got some, big, West Point, Eufaula, we got some huge lakes and reservoirs, not to mention rivers. Boating's a big thing in here. You got other states, like you were saying, Arizona, Nevada. There's all kind of water everywhere. That land of 10,000 lakes up in Minnesota. There is a lot of water up there. 10,000 lakes, and that one county had all those lakes. But you're gonna probably own a boat if you live in Minnesota. That's probably what you're there for, to enjoy the the land and the opportunities in the great outdoors. So get out there and get you a boat. It's a great outdoor activity, and we've talked about kayaks and Roddy's Hardware here in Valdosta. I noticed they had kayaks and had a good selection of them there on Northside Drive. If you get a chance, go in there and check them out. But I've been thinking about that lately, man. The only thing about a kayak is when you have really small children, you can't take them with you. But once they get up there in a little age, you can take them with you. I know John Peak out at Southwind, him and Dawson, and they have kayaks and they like to go out and enjoy the kayaking.
It's fairly cheap to go out there.
Very cheap. And then my brother-in-law Jerry, he does a lot of kayak fishing down there in Orlando. So good outdoor activity. We're going to take another quick break. You listen to the Good Outdoors on 99.5. We'll be right back. Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at Exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes. And Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, Exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea's Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lesson facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
Wow, look at Bob trimming the grass. He's so fast.
I know, and that mower is so big.
And it's got a huge deck.
And it cuts the long grass with deep roots so easily.
Yeah, Bob's a bad boy.
When you want to cut grass like a champion, get yourself a Bad Boy mower from Nashville Tractor. Nashville Tractor carries an exclusive line of Bad Boy zero-turn mowers. See them now at Nashville Tractor in Valdosta and in Nashville.
Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhire, Georgia specializes in custom-built cabinets. You can come in and sit down with our staff and start from scratch to develop the perfect cabinet layout. Or bring in your plans and start there. From design to installation, Brigman and Brigman can help you every step of the way. Estimates are always free, and your satisfaction is our goal. Whether it's a remodel, a spec house, or your custom-built dream home, give Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhire a call at 229-794-2108 to set up an appointment. Crystal River Seafood on St. Augustine Road in Valdosta is a fine seafood dining experience. Folks from miles around come in to enjoy the fine seafood and friendly atmosphere Crystal River has to offer. Their friendly staff makes your dining experience one to remember, as well as one to repeat. Fish like grouper, salmon, mahi, catfish are always great choices, along with shrimp, oysters, crab cakes, and crab legs. Hey, you're not in the mood for seafood? Order a juicy ribeye steak. Crystal River Seafood is open for lunch and dinner. Crystal River Seafood, 958 St. Augustine Road, Valdosta, Georgia.
WKAA, Willacoochee, Valdosta. Another hour of Valdosta's best country music kicks off now. 99.5
Kicks Country.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. The phone lines are open, 229-253-0995. That's the number to call if you got a question, a comment, or want to tell us what happened in the Good Outdoors this weekend, or ask any questions, make any comments about anything. We're all ears this morning. You know, I'm getting excited. Our the third quarter kickoff for the Hunt is Good TV show will be coming up. Our first episode will air July 4th at 7 p.m. I know a lot of people have plans to, to be out celebrating the 4th, but make sure you set your DVRs on the Pursuit channel. It's going to be on DirecTV and Dish Network. It's free. You don't have to subscribe to it, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. You can go to our website at huntingisgoodtv.com and see the channels and the air times and all that. So all the hunting shows, everybody's kicks off. The Backwoods Life Boys, Wallhanger TV, all friends of mine. You can catch Backwoods Life on the Sportsman's Channel. Visit their website at backwoodslife.com. And then Wallhanger with Chad and Dana Wall, they're on Pursuit Channel. They come on Thursday night at 8:30, so make sure you check them out too. So all the new episodes from all the shows, Bone Collectors, Dream Season, Jim Shockey, they all kick off in third quarter, and you'll see all 13 new episodes in third quarter. So y'all make sure y'all check them out. We talking about everything in the Good Outdoors here on the Good Outdoorz Radio Show. Our main focus is children in the outdoors and getting them involved and engaged in the outdoors, teaching them about nature, a good, wholesome, opportunity and activity. And not everybody, hunts or fishes or boats. Some people just like to, ride around and enjoy seeing the wildlife. And I found a list of the world's top 5 best off-road routes for seeing wildlife. In other words, if you just wake up one day or you want to plan a trip somewhere and just go observe wildlife, you can go. I mean, right here at Wild Adventures, they got a great nature walk back there through the through a swamp there where you can look and see all kinds of different animals. Then they've got the African safari train ride where you can go see a lot of African plains game, giraffes, antelope, just all kind of things, elephants, of course, and you can see some monkeys and things during in the jungle walk there. I don't know the name of it. We'll have to get Misha Hogan in here one day to tell us about all the opportunities at Wild Adventures. That's a great outdoor activity and a very wholesome activity to take your child on. Is spend a day at Wild Adventures. Being here local, we've got the great opportunity to have a season pass, and you can go and you can and it's not expensive. The more you go, the cheaper it is.
If you go 2 times in 1 year, buy the pass.
Buy the pass, that's right. But if you go 5 times, it becomes very cheap.
Yes.
Per visit, and you don't have to. If you're on a tight budget, man, pack your cooler, keep it in the car.
Yeah, because they got the picnic tables up underneath the nice little tree area out there.
Take you some water. Go in there, hit the water fountains. When it gets time to eat, go out there and enjoy, a ham sandwich or a sub or something that you packed, or some fried chicken or whatever the case may be. Pull it out your cooler, take a quick break. If you can get the kids to come take a break, they're not going to do that. But go back in there and enjoy the water park and all the rides. And man, it's just a wonderful outdoor activity.
Well, the key to that is a pack of some good snacks in there with that sandwiches.
That's right.
Now the kids will want to come out and get a snack.
Yeah, they're suckers for good snacks there. But this list of the 5 places across, this is in the world, that you can take a nice drive or hike or bike journey to watch some of the native wildlife. This list was developed here. just an opinion here, but whether it's watching iguanas sunning on rocks in the Galapagos or catching a glimpse of the rarely spotted Quetzal in Panama, whatever the heck that is, spotting wildlife on vacation can be a welcome surprise and may even be an unexpected highlight. One of the first things I think of when I think of this list and this topic is somewhere up there near Pigeon Forge, and I think that's Tennessee. You can go and take this journey through this state park, and it's a fairly long journey, but you see deer, you see black bear, you see foxes, bobcats, raccoons, all kind of wildlife. And, man, that's just a wonderful drive, wonderful scenery through there. And I'm a nature lover, and I love watching nature. I can entertain myself for hours on end in the woods just watching squirrels, birds, deer, you name it. It's just interesting to me. I can go to the beach, and I'm so fascinated just by stupid seagulls. It drives my wife crazy. I just sit there and stare at them and wonder what the heck they're thinking. And I remember me and Charlie went over to Brunswick and St. Simons here recently, saw a big old huge pelican. And it's just I'm just fascinated by wildlife. But I would love to come do some of these things. So here are the 5 best off-road routes around the world that we've found for spotting wildlife great and small, is what the article says. Number 1 is the Manuel Antonio National Park in Costa Rica. Now, I know that most of us talking ain't going to be able to go to Costa Rica, but it's nice to dream about it. And the point is here, watching the wildlife is a great outdoor activity. So named by Forbes as one of the world's 12 most beautiful national parks, Manuel Antonio offers many hiking trails, white sand beaches, and tropical forests. Watch land crabs scurry into sandy holes. Monkeys rustle through the underbrush. Spiny-tailed iguanas slither up tree trunks, and white-faced monkeys make a ruckus in the branches above. I can hear them now. If you watch any kind of wildlife shows, you can hear the chatter the monkeys make. But of course, I don't know why this one wouldn't be number 1, but the Galapagos Islands. If you're a nature lover and watch anything on Discovery or Animal Planet, the Galapagos Islands is one of the most unique places in the world for wildlife. But they're volcanic islands. They were formed by volcanoes set on either side of Ecuador in the Pacific. And they were a famous site for Charles Darwin's study of various species and the ultimate place to view wildlife. You can hike the area to observe fascinating animals ranging from iguanas and lava lizards to sea lions and the rare vermilion flycatcher. This is a bucket list destination in our book, as it allows you to experience firsthand the sense of joy and wonder at one of the world's last great wild places. It's so remote that it just doesn't get a lot of tourism, so it's truly a cool place. Volcan Baru in Panama is number 3. And hike beneath this magnificent volcano, Panama's tallest mountain, among its cool highland air and wildlife-rich forest that surrounds you. Some 250 species of birds have been found, and with a little luck, you might even spot the elusive Quetzal, one of the most striking birds of the tropics. So the Quetzal is a bird. You may also come across a puma. Don't know if I want to come across a puma.
Nah.
That's
anything
like
in that cat category has got big claws.
That's
I
like
want to stay away from.
Souped up bobcat or something there. Porcupines. And even bats. Bats are everywhere. Here's one in America. So you can get to this one, or we can. We can hitchhike out there.
That's the only way I'm going if it's here in the United States.
That's right. The Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. It's got a picture of a big old bison, souped up buffalo. Bike along the base of Shadow Mountain and enjoy views of the Gros Ventre Range. As you ride across a spectacular valley floor, you got to watch for bison, pronghorn, moose, and even black bear. Birdwatchers will enjoy this area as well, with species such as the yellow-bellied marmot and golden eagles and ospreys. So that looks like a pretty cool place. And then I knew that they'd have to get one on here, Africa, with zebras and stuff like that. But the Masatu Game Reserve in Botswana, one of just a few game reserves on Earth that allows mountain biking. Now, I don't know about that, because there's an animal roaming. There's probably many, but there's one particular one roaming the Botswana range that I don't want to be on a bicycle and come across him. That's a lion.
Oh yeah, he
the ultimate big cat that you don't want to have messing with you, but it gives you the unique experience of seeing big game by bicycle, and you can pedal with park rangers along ancient elephant paths with views of amazing creatures. I'm sure the park rangers have weapons.
Yeah, so I don't feel so bad as long as I'm with the park ranger.
But it says keep your eye out for lions. You got to tell me that. Giraffes, ostrich, and elands. You can also spot the iconic African baobab tree, known to live for several thousand years. Cool. So, there's a great many places to walk and enjoy nature right here in our listening area. Excuse me. There's a great nature trail up at Reed Bingham. We talked about it last week. Several miles of trails. You can go up there and, man, you can see all kinds of stuff. Deer, raccoons, all kind of birds, squirrels, alligators. You might get fortunate enough to see an alligator when you're walking down by the river. So check out our local opportunities.
We got the one right down up the street from here, Grand Bay.
Grand Bay Wildlife Management Area out there on the Lakeland Highway. Real close. It's probably, 10 miles from here?
Yeah, probably about that.
10, 12 miles from here. You can be right there. We got all kind of places to enjoy right here in North Florida as well. And so go check those out. We're gonna talk about something that I found on Darrell actually posted it on our Facebook page, but I saw it the other day that Jeff Foxworthy has written. He always does the "You Might Be a Redneck" stuff. Well, he has this other thing that's a little more serious, and it's been attributed to Jeff Foxworthy. And for all the research I can do, it is Jeff Foxworthy that come up with it. If we're wrong, we don't mean to be, but we're going to say it's attributed to Jeff Foxworthy, and it's entitled "A Country Founded by Geniuses but Run by Idiots." And he always says, if you have mud grips on your mobile home, you might be a redneck type jokes. Well, he's come up with another one that's kind of directed at the somehow just the pure, what I call the pure stupidity of our society. We're going to get into reading some of that when we come back to the Good Outdoors, and we'll take your calls. Don't forget the call-in number 229-253-0995 will be the number to call if you got any questions or comments in the Good Outdoors. We'd love to hear from you this morning, but in the meantime, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back here in about 3 minutes. Y'all hang in there. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
SWAT Graphics, located at 300 South Toombs Street, is the area's #1 graphic design service company. Specializing in graphic banners, stickers, signs, and design, SWAT Graphics can help from concept to completion. If you have a design idea for a company logo, SWAT Graphics can bring it to reality. Maybe you have a logo and just need it placed on a sign, sticker, or banner. Whatever the case, stop by SWAT Graphics at 300 South Toombs Street, Valdosta, or give them a call at 241-9185. SWAT Graphics, proud sponsor of the Good Outdoors.
Hey, this is Judd with T3 Outdoors. T3 Outdoors is Valdosta's newest Blue Buffalo dog feed dealer. We also carry 50-pound, 13% sweet feed for $8.99. But hey, feed isn't all we do at T3 Outdoors. We have one of the best selections of guns in town at some of the best prices. We buy, sell, trade, and consign guns daily. Last but not least, archery season will be here before you know it. We are Valdosta's exclusive Hoyt and Bowtech dealer with 2013 packages starting under $650. Please visit us at t3outdoors.com to learn more today.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lessons facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors. We broadcast live every Monday through Friday from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. right here on Kicks Country 99.5. Man, we hit about, I'd say probably 40 counties in North Florida and South Georgia. So we got a huge listening audience. So y'all check out our website at www.thegoodoutdoorswithaz.com. Hit us up on Facebook at The Good Outdoors with a Z. We got over 8,200 friends on there. We post a lot of good stuff, and you'll see what our next topic is. If you'll go to that Facebook page, we're going to talk about a little something that's being attributed to Jeff Foxworthy, and it's entitled "A Country Founded by Geniuses But Run by Idiots." And he does all these you might be a redneck things, so it's in that style. But the first one is, and we'll read through them a little bit, and we'll maybe comment on them or take your call at 229-253-0995. The first one is, if you can get arrested for hunting or fishing without a license, but not for entering and remaining in the country illegally, you might live in a nation that was founded by geniuses but is run by idiots. Good point. I mean, you could. We read something last week where some guys up in North Carolina, they broke the law. Now we're not trying to circumvent that. They broke the law and they needed to be punished for it. But they spent one of them spent 30 days in jail for illegally shooting a wild hog. But yet you could come into our country illegally, and nothing happens to you.
And we'll give you a whole bunch of money to do it too.
Oh yeah, we'll give you food stamps, we'll give you welfare, whatever you need. You know, we'll give you a job. You know, we'll take a job from one of our Americans and give it to you because you'll work cheaper, but we won't prosecute you for coming in our country illegally. There's something wrong there. So if that's the case, you might live in a nation that was founded by geniuses but now run by idiots. Okay. If you have to get your parents' permission to go on a field trip or to take an aspirin in school, but not to get an abortion, you might live in a nation that was founded by geniuses but is run by idiots. Think about that. You know, you don't have to get your parents' permission to go get an abortion, but you can't go get an aspirin at school if you got a headache.
No.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. 229-253-0995 is all. This is we're relating this to the Good Outdoors because Jeff Foxworthy is a huge ambassador to the Good Outdoors, and plus we just like it. So if you don't like it, turn the channel. That's all I can tell you. If you must show your identification to board an airplane, cash a check, buy liquor, or check out a library book and rent a video, but not to vote for who runs the government, you might live in a nation that was founded by geniuses but is run by idiots.
I thought you had to show your ID to vote.
No, sir, you do not. You don't. All you got to do is be registered to vote. You don't have to show your ID during the registration process. You sure don't. But you got to have ID to board an airplane, cash a check, buy liquor, buy cigarettes, check out a library book, and rent a video. But when it comes to voting for the people that run this country, you don't have to have it. You might live in a nation that was founded by geniuses but is run by idiots. If the government wants to prevent stable, law-abiding citizens from owning gun magazines that hold more than 10 rounds but gives 20 F-16 fighter jets to the crazy new leaders in Egypt, you might live in a nation that was founded by geniuses, but is now run by idiots. That's crazy. We want to keep our guns out of our hands when our Second Amendment guarantees that right, but we're going to give 20 F-16 fighters to the people of Egypt. We got a call. I knew somebody would be calling about this. Good morning, caller. You listen to the Good Outdoors. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, guys?
We're doing real good. What you got on your mind?
Well, so many things I can't talk about it on there, but I'm going to address, in the words of our stupid president of the United States of America, these Mexicans are good for our economy.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but...
Well, I guess you got to look at it, from different angles there, but I'd say overall, I got to say it's bad for our economy. I don't know how you can add it up either way. You might can pick out certain segments where, for instance, a farmer gets his crop taken in cheaper because he's using a cheap illegal labor, and that might be good for his economy. But the overall economy, that's killing us.
Well, I saw something over the weekend that it's something that I never thought I'd see in this company. I saw a store that was for Mexicans only. You go in, you could title your car bomb, follow your car title, get your taxes done, all in the same place.
Good Lord, have mercy. What in the world is this country coming to, man? Somebody's got to rise up. Somebody's got to rise up and vote and stop this mess. I don't know if you can vote it out.
I don't know. I don't know. People out here in this country better wake up because they just don't realize what's going to happen when all this stuff that's been delayed for Obamacare starts kicking in next year, and people just don't pay attention to what's going on.
Nope, we had to according to Nancy Pelosi, we had to pass it to see what was in there. That's crazy.
There you go.
Well, that's just a prime example. What about the fact that you can't take aspirin at school or go on a field trip without permission, but you can run out and get an abortion without your parents knowing about it? How idiotic is that?
Well, it goes back to our principles.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in school, I didn't need to ask permission for nothing because every time I got in trouble, they just whip out a little 1x4 and they'd whip my butt with it.
There you go. That's
it was
exactly
more
right.
serious than that. Then I had to plead and beg. Please don't call my daddy.
That's exactly right. Yep. Yeah, now the students nowadays, they want to call the parents because the parents run down there and say, don't lay a finger on my kid. It's a whole different mindset.
The thing about that is when they started this timeout stuff way back, now it's to the point where if you touch me, I'll sue you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Timeout, man. If I'd have had timeout when I was coming up, my dad didn't whip me and put me in timeout, I'd be in jail by now.
Well, you probably like me. When we got whippings when we were kids, it's probably considered child abuse now.
Oh, yeah. We got the hell beat out of us, and that's what made us into the men we are today,
That's right.
I don't know.
We a dying breed.
We a dying breed, that's right. Appreciate you calling this morning, man.
All right, we'll check it out.
All right, thank you. 229-253-0995 is the number to call. We're continuing with some of Jeff Foxworthy's attributed statements along the "you might be a redneck" line of thinking here, but this is called "You Might Live in a Nation That Was Founded by Geniuses but Is Run by Idiots." Here's another call. Good morning, caller. You are on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about y'all?
Oh, we doing good. About to get the steam rising from our head up in here this morning.
I hear you there. Hey, all of this crap can be traced back to all them idiots that don't believe in whipping their child.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, I think I'm like Barney Fife. You got to nip it in the bud, and back then it got nipped in the bud, and that bud nipping was in the form of a butt whooping. If you did something wrong, you got your tail tore up, and it was to the point to where you didn't want that to happen again. It was a deterrent, and you've slowly taken that deterrent away through the past probably 20, 25 years, and here we are.
Yeah, I mean, if you, I guarantee you could trace it back to them old yuppie parents. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna beat my child. That's child abuse. Here, I'm gonna come up with this alternative punishment.
Yeah.
Well, putting him in timeout, put him in his room. Hell, that's where all his toys are.
That's right. That's exactly right. Go in there and play with your big gym rescue unit instead of getting your tail tore up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we talk about the good outdoors. This whole show was based on getting your kids involved in the outdoors. And I think if you take this whole thing, look back 30 years ago when I was coming up, or 35 years, the reason that I didn't have to turn out like some of these, some of this liberal train of thought is because my mom and dad took me out in the outdoors and kept me out of trouble. I wasn't at the mall or at the theater smoking cigarettes and doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was engaged in the good outdoors. And when I stepped out of line, I got my tail tore up. So it's all relative. It all goes together. And that's what's happening in society today. People are getting away from the outdoors.
Yeah. And on that voting thing, I had to show my driver's license when I went to vote.
Well, they sure ain't got to do it up in the northern states.
And that was here in Valdosta at the Rainwater Conference Center.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on there. I had to show my license too, but they're trying to pass laws that say that it's mandatory, and they keep shooting it down and saying that you don't have to have it.
No, I'd say you got to have it.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. That's something for Chris Beckham to figure out.
Yeah.
Appreciate you calling this morning.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you do the same. 229-253-0995 is the number to call. If in the nation's largest city you can buy 2 16-ounce sodas but not one 24-ounce soda because 24 ounces of sugary drink might make you fat, you might live in a nation that was founded by geniuses but is run by idiots. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I don't even want to talk about that one. If an 80-year-old woman or a 3-year-old girl who is confined to a wheelchair can be strip searched by the TSA at the airport, but a woman in a burqa or a hijab, I guess that's an
outfit, I guess?
Yeah, it's one of those, is only subject to having her neck and head searched, you might live in a nation that was founded by geniuses but is run by idiots. I guess that's at the airport when someone from a foreign land comes in looking a certain way, they get searched one way and somebody else gets searched another. So
they're not consistent.
One more before we go to the break. If your government believes that the best way to eradicate trillions of dollars of debt is to spend trillions more, you might live in a nation that was founded by geniuses but is run by idiots. The way to make your debt go away, keep spending more money. That's what we're doing.
That's right. You got to spend more to make more.
That's right.
That's so you can spend more.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break here. You listen to The Good Outdoors on 99.5.
Wow, look at Bob trimming the grass. He's so fast.
I know, and that mower is so big.
And it's got a huge deck.
And it cuts the long grass with deep roots so easily.
Yeah, Bob's a bad boy.
When you want to cut grass like a champion, get yourself a Bad Boy mower from Nashville Tractor. Nashville Tractor carries an exclusive line of Bad Boy zero-turn mowers. See them now at Nashville Tractor in Valdosta and in Nashville.
Quitman, Georgia, and antiques go hand in hand. Tammy's Antiques and Consignment, located at 211 East Screven Street in Quitman, is a traditional Southern antique shop with a little twist, offering a consignment program that fits like a glove in the spacious downtown shop. But the real twist is Zumba. That's right, Tammy also offers Zumba fitness classes as well as tanning. Come by and check out the literally thousands of items upstairs and down. And if you have an item that you want Tammy to sell, bring it in. That's Tammy's Antiques and Consignment, 211 East Screven Street, Quitman, or give Tammy a call at 229-506-9146.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes. And Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing in the Sweet Tea Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great Southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee! Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. We are winding it down in the last 30 minutes of the show. We broadcast live every Monday through Friday here from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., so get on up, check us out. If you do miss us, you can check us out in the evenings on our website at thegoodoutdoorswithaz.com. You can listen to this morning's episode and catch up on all the happenings there if you sleep in or didn't have to get up. But been going over a few things. We want to touch on some hiking tips in this segment. We talked about our hiking opportunities, at Reed Bingham and Grand Bay Wildlife Management Area and a couple other places up there at Tallulah Gorge up in North Georgia there, or getting towards North Georgia has a great hiking trail. And some of the hiking safety tips here that I'd like to go over is, is pertinent to hiking. So hiking isn't typically dangerous, but much more often it's a great pleasure, even an adventure. But you're outside, so sometimes far from civilization, and you can get injured, or worse. So it pays to heed some common sense tips. So one of the tips is not to travel alone. Like any rule, there's exceptions. If you're just going for a stroll in a nearby, well-traveled, well-lit, well-used place, you might go at it alone. But if you travel through heavily forested areas, if you're places where there's steep ravines or winding trails or thick vegetation, you can easily get lost. And, of course, there are lots of gradations in between, so use your judgment. But traveling with a hiking partner will help you in many ways, especially if he or she is an experienced hiker. People in pairs are much less likely to panic. If something does go wrong, 2 people are usually more calm than one, and one can assist the other up steep grades and apply first aid when needed. The other one that's not injured can also run back to the trailhead to get help, and if needed, body heat can be much better conserved when there are 2 traveling together. Hypothermia has killed more than one lost hiker before they could be rescued. So you got to be careful. It's better to travel with someone and know where you're going. This tip is a lot like the first. The same concern applies. You don't want to get lost. Stay on clearly marked or well-traveled trails until or unless you're experienced enough to take the uncommon route. Sometimes, they're not as interesting to stay on the beaten path, but getting lost is interesting in a very unpleasant kind of way. So you don't want to get lost. A map, a compass, or a GPS unit. Most cell phones now have GPS trackers on there, so make sure you know how to use them. And it's a must for any kind of serious hike. But naturally, it has to be usable in the area you hike. Not all units will continue to function in every area, so get the details of where you plan to go.
That is true.
And ask someone that's been there.
I was out this past weekend, out in a location, and I had some family come up, and they could not even use their cell phone the whole weekend.
Yep, it doesn't.
None of the apps or nothing would work.
If you don't get the service, it ain't going to work. So make sure you're careful with that. And your GPS tracking units, a lot of them are satellite driven. So make sure it works on the area you're going. If it don't, make sure you got a good map. You know the area. You've got some information on the area.
There's nothing wrong with going old school and get primitive and go with the old compass and map.
That's right. And if you're going on a good long hike, it's good to take some basic gear. You can go overboard on gear, but for anything more than a simple 2-hour hike over easy terrain, a large chunk of peace of mind can be brought very cheaply. Take a lighter or matches. Matches can get wet, but a lighter can run out of fuel, so no plan is perfect. A knife, especially one with lots of genuinely useful gadgets, can be a literal lifesaver. You know, you can get these multi-tools that's got all kind of stuff on them. But
all those things come in handy.
Yeah, but make sure you get one that does have some useful things there. A lot of them have gadgets in there you never use, but a lot of them are very handy. A simple first aid kit is a must. It can be a lifesaver.
Mm-hmm.
Gauze and bandages, antibacterial cream, other standard items are essential. Anti-itch and sunburn pain reliever can be greatly appreciated sometimes. Aspirin is one of pharmacology's most underappreciated drugs, and all these things are small and lightweight. No need to make a miniature doctor's office, just the basic things. Excuse me. Of course, you have to have some first aid knowledge. There are times when aspirin can be harmful. Gauze and bandages don't do you any good if you don't know the difference between venous and arterial bleeding. A flashlight is a must. Toilet paper can be really handy too.
Yeah.
Not only for the obvious, but for marking your trail. Take basic provisions. Water or other fluids like sports drinks are an obvious essential. You can lose a lot of fluid even over a 2-hour period on a hot day. Heat stroke can kill, but it's easily preventable. Even dehydration can radically reduce physical performance.
Oh, yeah.
Just remember, water weighs about 8 pounds per gallon. Take what you need, but not much more. You don't want to strap yourself down with 2 big gallon milk jugs. That's a lot of weight. And man, we used to do an exercise at PE where you tote 2 gallon jugs filled with water running. And by the time you got through the exercise, it felt like your arms were 2 miles long.
Yes, that's kind of how I was on last week. I did a lot of some chopping of some wood, some splitting wood.
Oh yeah.
After about a couple thousand logs pieces that I thrown, yeah, you can feel the difference.
Chopping wood's a good outdoor activity to keep you in shape and warm in the winter. Except in emergencies, avoid drinking out of streams. Forget TV commercials. Natural water sources, not always but often, are loaded with bacteria. Just remember, animals bathe and eliminate in them. Take enough food to last you the anticipated hike time. About 1 pound per day, depending on what you bring, is average for a medium-sized male. You can last longer without food than without water, so trade off when you have to.
So true.
And last but not least on the hiking tips is exercise a little common sense. Among other things, that means don't get carried away with your enthusiasm and a belief in your invincibility and tempt fate. In other words, don't do something stupid. Don't get out there, say there's a big old log across a raging river, and you say, oh man, I can walk across that. I just watched this cat walk across the Grand Canyon on a 2-inch wire.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk across this log. Well, don't do that. That's stupid. Don't tempt fate, because you know you're going to fall in the water and get washed down into Panama somewhere.
But I like how you put in there, they said, use some common sense. But the problem is common sense ain't common.
Yeah, that's right. It don't seem to be anymore. But despite what you may have read in and about some places, Mother Nature is quite indifferent to hurting you when you do dumb things. She don't care. She don't forgive.
Nope.
Don't do something stupid. If you see a rattlesnake out there, don't mess with him. Don't try to mess with him. That's just stupid. Don't try to cross
his home.
Don't try to cross that river. If you think that you're getting tired and this looks like a shortcut, don't take the shortcut.
Yeah, it usually never turns out well.
It never turns out well. Shortcut turns into a long cut most times.
Yeah.
So you just got to exercise, just a little bit of common sense is all you got to do when you're hiking. One more tip that I can tell you just from doing a lot of hunting is a good pair of shoes.
Yes.
Hiking boots or whatever you're going to do. Just make sure they're comfortable. Don't run off. If you got a big old hike planned on a Saturday, don't run to Rack Room Shoes or the boot place and buy you a brand new pair of shoes and put them on Saturday morning and go hiking, because you're going to be miserable.
Why not? They're brand new. They should be nice and comfortable.
They're not broke in, people. You will have blisters the size of the ones on my thumbs right here, and you can see them, Darrell, from doing that yard work this weekend. I didn't realize my hands were that out of shape, but man, I got blisters on top of my blisters.
You've been doing this radio too long now.
I done got sorry, man, but good pair of hiking boots, good clothes. You know, they make that breathable material in your clothes now, the dry fit stuff.
Yeah.
That keeps you cool, keeps the sweat wicked away from your body, and that stuff works. That's good. Wear a hat. You know, most people. You know,
that sweat thing. I'm one of the ones I don't want to be sweating because that water along my body when that wind
You'll
blows.
You'll still sweat. It just keeps it off your skin and keeps you cool. That's good stuff. We got a call coming in. We'll take it really quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good deal. What's happening?
Who is this?
Who is this?
Well, this is Coach Roy McWilliams.
Coach Roy, what's going on?
What's happening?
What's going on with you? Where you headed this morning?
I've got Rooster with me and 4 young'uns from Tipp County High School where Rooster and people saw fit to start that fishing club.
Yeah.
And I told you I'd check back in with you.
Yes, sir.
Coming back from Sam Rayburn out in Texas. We're on the way home, and we're right kind of out of range of your station.
Well, we here. Did y'all catch a lot of fish?
We really did a pretty good job. We represent.
That's good.
And the event itself was just, what can you say of the national championship?
Man, it don't get no better than that. Now I'll tell you, when you're coming back from a fishing tournament carrying 4 children, that's a good day at the office right there.
I tell you what, they were great to have with us, and they was 10th in the nation, pretty dang good out of about 85 boats.
Man, yeah, that is a good job. Good job right there. We're sure proud of y'all. I bet they about half asleep right now, ain't they?
Yeah,
we losing you, Coach Roy. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but we're getting a bad signal here. We'll have to check back with you. 229-253-0995 is the number to call. That's Coach Roy from up in Tifton and Rooster. They do the Coach Roy and Rooster show, and they do a lot for the kids up in the Tifton area there with bass fishing and things like that. So appreciate what y'all do. We're going to take a quick break. You listen to the Good Outdoors on 99.5.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of his scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
Man, I have picked up some bad habits.
You don't need any more bad habits. Are you talking about Bad Habits Saloon and Grub?
Oh, yeah, baby. Nothing like throwing back a cold one and watching one of their 26 high-definition TVs.
Yeah, and you don't have to ask what sort of beverage they have, because they've got it all at Bad Habits Saloon and Grub.
That's right, over 300 bottled beers. Any premium drink you could ask for, including single malt scotch and single barrel bourbon.
And 48 beers on tap. Oh, and the food, from juicy ribeye steaks at $9.99 to foot-long premium hot dogs. And $10.99 all-you-can-eat wings from 10 to 11 p.m.
And no matter what mood you're in, there's 3 environments to enjoy: a dining area, a bar, an outside patio, TVs, and all 3 places, baby.
Come on out and enjoy a live DJ every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, and grab a $2 16-ounce draft or a $6 domestic bucket while you mingle.
Come visit Bad Habits Saloon and Grub and let them serve you what you want, not what they want you to have.
Bad Habits Saloon and Grub, near the mall on Gornto Road, right behind Exit 18 Liquors. Tell them we sent you from the Good Outdoors.
Oh, yeah, baby. Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Darrell's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree, and they don't even see me.
Man, that Real Tree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden, the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Darrell, come on. We got to get this stuff planted. What's that? Hey, stop it. Real tree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. This is our wrap-up segment brought to you by Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. Southwind's located out there on Highway 84 going towards Quitman from Valdosta on Highway 84, just past the river on the right. And John Peake's place out there is phenomenal. Sporting Clays, obviously, on a great course. You got a 5-stand that you can shoot flurries on, a rifle and a pistol range. Some of the finest quail hunting I've ever enjoyed, and I've been to several places. So y'all make sure you check John's place out there. Right, he's been with us from day one and a huge supporter of the Good Outdoorz Radio Show, and as a result, we're also huge supporters of his place. I'm going to go ahead and give you the weather report right quick. Not much has changed. It's clear. Temperature right now is about 75 degrees. Today's high is going to be 94 degrees. Scattered thunderstorms possible, 40% chance of rain. Tonight, 74 degrees for the low, 40% chance of thunderstorms early in the evening. And about the same tomorrow. So
pretty much we're South Georgia in the summertime.
Just South Georgia in the summertime. Can't put it no different there. Weather compliments of the Weather Channel. So if it's wrong, blame them. I'm just reading. Interesting article I came across Sunday or Saturday or Sunday. I don't remember. But down in Vero Beach, during the past 3 months, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission has received reports of more than 300 dead brown pelicans, over 300 dead manatees, and over 23 dolphins in Brevard County south to St. Lucie County. It's a big die-off, and they can't. It's happened before, but they can't put their finger on why it's happening. But researchers are trying to find out what's killing them, and the deaths are leading scientists and researchers to launch a full investigation, searching now for an unknown toxin that may be to blame. The pelicans are emaciated and have heavy parasite counts, and to our knowledge, other bird species have not been affected, said Dan Wolf of FWC. That's weird that it's just affecting the pelicans, so hopefully they can narrow it down there. But 2 weeks ago, they sent samples to the National Wildlife Health Center for testing, but so far, there are no definitive answers. We'll interrupt this and get back to it take the phone call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing outstanding. Heading down to catch some specks this morning.
I hear you.
Tell your listeners out there to look out for the Bambies. They're running all over the road over here on 135. Somebody done hit one about the 12-mile marker.
Good gracious. Yes, that time of year, the old does are dropping them fawns like crazy, and they're running around not knowing what they're doing, and they're getting smashed.
I tell you, that wasn't no fawn, buddy. That was a grown deer there.
Yeah, they're getting to be a lot of them now, but the fawns are especially vulnerable this time of year because they ain't quite figured out what's good and what's bad to do, and they're a little bit lost and trying to learn their way. And you can hit some deer this time of year.
Oh yeah. Oh well, let me get back this road and dodge some more deer. I'm going down there and catch some more of those slabs this morning.
Now you catching speckled perch or speckled trout?
Sure.
Speckled perch.
Sure.
Where at?
Man, I don't saltwater fish.
I hear you. Is it a local lake or a private lake?
Well, I'm going down to phosphate mines.
Oh, okay, down at
PCS.
I got you. Good deal. Well, give us a report on what you catch in the morning.
We've been doing it. All right. Take care.
Appreciate it now. All right. Bye-bye. We'll go ahead and take this other call. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Hey, did we lose you? I couldn't hear you.
No, yeah, we lost you. You sounded like you was talking in a 5-gallon bucket of water there.
Is that better?
I got you loud and clear now.
All right. Well, song to clear, right? Or do we?
No, we're live. We're on live right now. We got about 5 more minutes, so we can talk. I got you loud and clear. Got a strong call now.
Steve, you used to tell me about football.
Yeah.
Everything I know in about 5 minutes.
You're breaking up again, Coach Roy.
I can't believe that.
Yeah. Now I got you. Go ahead.
I say, they used to tell me about football. I could tell you everything I know in about 5 minutes.
I hear you. That's funny. Where are y'all at right now? How far you got to go before you get back?
What are we, 70 miles?
South of where? You're breaking up again.
I said we're outside of Tallahassee.
Oh, y'all almost back then.
Almost.
Y'all been driving all doggone night then.
The whole guy is carrying it all the way. He's doing a great job, and he needs to just keep right on doing it.
Oh yeah, you too far in it now. Just keep on coming, baby. We can almost see you.
Well, what about Darrell? Where is he?
He's goofing off on vacation in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm here flying solo this morning.
Well, have you got it by yourself, or you got a partner with you?
I got it by myself this morning. Now I got Darrell Sample Jr. here working the board. He's chiming in every now and then, helping me out.
We had a great time, I think.
I think we're losing him again. Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, it keeps breaking up there. I don't know what's going on. You should have a good signal right there if you're in Tallahassee.
Yeah, we're climbing hills. We're kind of going up and down a little bit.
Yeah, see, we got you strong as a yard of garlic now. So.
Yeah. Well, we made a good trip, good showdown. Got 10th in the nation. I'm proud of it.
Man, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. Out of 85 boats, you said?
Out of 85 boats, they brought in Taylor Woodall and Colt Gary caught 11 pounds, 12 ounces.
Man, that is outstanding right there. 10th in the nation, baby.
Hey, 10th in the nation. That's awesome. Out in East Texas.
Oh, yeah, Sam Rayburn. I've fished there before. That's a great lake.
You know, that's the only time I've been there. That's the first time I've been there.
Yeah, that's a big old pond, ain't it?
I fished Toledo Bend 2 or 3 times, up and down it, but
yeah.
I've never been over to Sam Rayburn. I tell you what, now we made a lot of friends over there, Steve.
Oh, I know.
Texas.
Oh yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with Texas. I know you can make good friends anywhere you can go, Coach. and Rooster too.
Our were Vinny Smart out of Houston, Texas, and Keith Hawk. Yeah.
Y'all must be going down in the valley again. We're going to have to get out of here, so we're going to let y'all go. Y'all be careful on your trip back now.
We'll take you back to you when we got that.
Okay, 10-4.
All right.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. We got another call. We'll go ahead and take it right now. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Good morning, Steve. It's Chad.
Hey, Chad. You going to work?
Yeah, I'm headed to work. It's beautiful, beautiful morning with that big bright moon.
How'd you do this weekend?
Well, once again, I got the luck of the draw and drew somebody that had not a dang clue about the lake. He ended up catching one little fish, and I caught nothing but a sunburn.
Oh, man, that's a tough day on the water right there.
Yeah, it was hot, But Lake Eufaula, oh my goodness, that's a beautiful lake, and I can't wait to get back up there. Lake Point Resort State Park, if nobody's ever been there and would love a place to go and stay and spend some time with the family, that place there is really beautiful. So
it is. Listen, I've been there. It's a nice place. Did y'all get any rain?
We got no rain whatsoever. I think I saw 2 or 3 clouds.
Huh. Well, did you check that buoy I was telling you about out?
Yeah, I saw that white buoy and we passed right by it. I said, hey, that's the buoy Steve said to stop at, and we just kept going.
I hear you. Well, that's why you didn't catch any right there.
That's what I told him. I had 2 fish on, and they both got off. But
yeah.
It was a long weekend. But I did carry the wife and kids fishing yesterday morning out at Banks Lake, and it was a good time. So
good deal.
All in all, fishing's better than working.
Did you catch any at Banks Lake?
Nope.
Yeah, that's a tough lake to fish for me. I've been out there and caught a few, but I ain't never just got out there and tore them up.
That's That's what I told Katie. I said, I've gotten out here and I've caught a couple, but I ain't just particularly been on them, so I don't know what the heck to do there either. But
back years ago, we'd go there at night with glow bugs on our brimbuster poles, and we'd catch bluegill brim you couldn't reach around. Now, we'd catch 30 or 40. But in the daytime bass fishing, I've never caught. I did catch a 6-pounder out there one time, but I ain't never just caught a bunch of numbers. I'd go there and catch 3 or 4. It'd be a great day.
Yeah, we got out there at 5:30 yesterday morning, and we enjoyed it, like I say, and we had some good times. So life is good, I guess.
That's what it's all about, baby.
Exactly. Get kids in the good outdoors. So.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you calling, Chad.
Hey, y'all have a great week, guys.
All right, you do the same, man.
See you.
Before our calls came in, we were talking about this fish, or not fish gill, but this manatee and dolphin, and or I guess you would call them porpoises, and pelican dolphin. They can't figure out what it is. Some call it red tide, where there's a huge algae bloom, and it's killed a lot of the native grasses, and which upsets the system down there. But they seem to think it's a little bit more than that. So hopefully they'll get a grip on it soon and figure that out. But it's manatees. You start talking about a bunch of manatees dying, there's something wrong. And I'm not quite sure that there's not something bigger going on out there, because I know that there's been down in I think it's Lima, Peru. There was a big die-off down there somewhere concerning that. So it may be something a little bit more than they're looking at. So hopefully they'll get that under control. But we appreciate everybody listening to the Good Outdoors this morning. Make sure you check out our Facebook page at The Good Outdoors with a Z, and our website at thegoodoutdoors.com. So I'll be right back in the morning. No telling what we'll get into. So appreciate you sitting in with me, Darrell, and
no problem.
Helping me out when you could. So y'all make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'll be back at 4 a.m. Now stay tuned for Jim Morgan on 99.5 Kicks Country.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday at 4:30 when we'll do it again.